Hey guys, today I'll be reviewing this book, Fahrenheit 451 by Rabe. Just kidding. I'll be reviewing this book, Catching the Ride by J.D. Salinger. So yeah, I'm gonna skip all that boring background story stuff because you guys have already read the book, hopefully. And I'm just gonna jump into why I think this should be part of the curriculum. So even if this book isn't relatable to some people and it exposes the readers to a lot of vulgarity, it gives a different, unique perspective or view on life. Holden's constant struggle with depression and him refusing to grow up, in a sense, kind of reminds me of myself and how I used to not want to change, and I shut myself out to things that I didn't approve of. Some of these things included listening to rap music with tons of vulgarity and things like the N word. By refusing to accept this, I was also rejecting the idea of society that I lived in. Nevertheless, as time progressed, I didn't necessarily come to enjoy these types of music, but I began to accept them. I began to think that regardless of what people like, it doesn't make them any less of a person. So I should just accept them and the songs as who they are and what they are. Having Catcher in the Rye in the curriculum made me realize what I was doing when I was rejecting the ideas of society. Even it was to a much smaller scale. I refused to associate myself with the people who did things that I didn't approve of, just like Holden called people phony when he didn't like what they were doing. This book gave me a very different and very unique perspective on life, and that alone should be enough to keep it in the curriculum. For these reasons, I believe this book should not be censored. One of the topics I would like to discuss in this book are expectations. So I believe that it is even possible that Holden expects himself to be so much more than he is, in turn dragging him down even further. He often states in this book that his brother Ali was so amazing and his sister Phoebe was so smart, and that his brother DB wrote some amazing stuff, but he never talks about how good he is. He comes from a family of wealth and prestige, so he should live up to it, right? His siblings have, so why hasn't he? Regardless, this is one of the smaller topics in this book. Another topic in this book is irony. The irony that he views everyone as phonies, but he is the biggest phony of all. And that he has already fallen off the cliff of Rye, but he wants to prevent others from falling. This can be seen when he tries to catch Phoebe from falling off, in quotation marks, the cliff of Rye. The irony that he is 16, but he refuses to grow up. The action of falling could be interpreted in many ways. It could be seen as one falling into a state of somewhat despair, such as how Holden's brother died, and then he started to become depressed and wished someone was there to catch him from falling off of, in quotation marks, the cliff. Or it could be seen as he is falling into being maturity. But that'll also mean getting over his brother Ali and all of the other things that come with maturity, which is the reason why it can be interpreted as he doesn't want to grow up. Personally, I really admire this book. It challenges all types of social norms and people's lifestyles and make people think and reconsider about the way they live. The cynical way in which Holden views life just serves as a reminder that not all rich people live a happy-go-lucky life, and that people who are set up to have everything and achieve everything and have great potential can also fall and lose everything that was given to them. This book ultimately gave me another perspective on another life and another lifestyle, which I think is a priceless experience. And to conclude, I did some research on J.D. Salinger, the famous author of The Catcher in the Rye, and it seems that he lived a very peculiar life. He secluded himself from lots of social media and even had a relationship with an admittedly much younger woman than he was, leading many to question his personal lifestyle. According to the article, new documentary tells the story of J.D. Salinger's life. This research led me to believe that maybe J.D. Salinger incorporated aspects of his own life and his own personality into Holden's peculiar life. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe down below somewhere. Just kidding.